self-sabotage is what I want to talk about today, and I think it's something that affects a lot of people's lives. When you have these goals, you have these dreams, you have these things that you think about in your head that you want to make come true, but you often find yourself not doing things that are going to propel yourself forward. You often do these things that, instead of benefiting your future, it completely hinders it. And I do this often, bad habits always delay what you're trying to achieve and what you're trying to do. Procrastination is one of the number one things I would say that stops me from doing what I want to be doing at the right time. Social media is a big negative in people's lives, and the days that I delete it, the days that I'm at work and I don't have Instagram, the days just feel so much more enjoyable. The little things, a 30-minute break does not blow by in the matter of seconds, because I'm sitting there watching either Instagram reels or YouTube videos and just consuming media endlessly. Just look around you. Everybody is just sitting there consuming media constantly throughout their day and throughout their evening. And it really has so many bad effects on how you operate and things that you do and how you interact with people and how you do those things. It's so bad. I find myself often depressed, low energy, low motivation is one of the biggest things that I would say I find when I just consume media endlessly. This week has been a good week. I started work at a new job. I'm an electrician, and it's been tough. I'm learning new things. I'm doing different work, and it's been challenging. And removing social media and not consuming so much media has not only benefited my sleep massively. Sleep is one thing I would say that's massively increasing. The second thing I would say is just my overall enjoyment throughout the day is just on a different level. Even when I wake up and I'm going to work, when I'm on my way home and I stop at a shop and I'm walking through the shop, I just find myself enjoying every aspect of life, and I think that's why a lot of older people, or these old people, they're just happy all the time, but they're never on their phones, they're never doing anything. And I've often found myself thinking wow, they must be so bored. They just walk around and they just hang out with their partner and they watch the trees sway side to side. They watch the rabbits run down the field. They hang out with their cat for 25 minutes without getting bored, without going on their phone. And it's crazy how a lot of people often see that as very boring, and they think that they wouldn't enjoy that whatsoever. And I think that's a prime example of why you are dopamine depleted and why you're doing these self-destructing activities that do not benefit you in any way, shape or form, and I feel like there's no good time for this sort of media, because you cannot take it in small doses, or you might be able to, but having none of it, you're going to slowly get rid of those cravings. So just go on this, just go on that. Just completely eradicating it is just so much better than these small dosages, because the moment you just watch one thing or a couple videos is the moment when you start to just continuously do it more and more, and you do not want to keep doing these things because it negatively influences your life on a drastic level. The perfect moments don't exist. You can't just keep waiting for the perfect moment to arrive. You think everything will just align for you and just speak to you and tell you that you need to do this, that this is your focus. Life is just not like that. You need to get out there and just jump straight into action. Man, I can't talk. You need to focus on what you want in life. You know, overthinking is just gonna prevent success in the long term. You know, the more you overthink certain situations, the worse it's gonna be. I got back from holiday a few weeks ago, and when I was starting up work, wasn't even at an electrical place. This was in an old place I used to work as soon as I finished school, and I was extremely nervous for no, I don't even know what the reason was. I was overthinking a lot of things. I was thinking that I wouldn't be as good as an employee as I used to be. I wouldn't be as effective. I wouldn't be able to use my skills as efficiently as I could. And it's funny because as a kid I always thought, oh, when you get older you're just going to have stellar confidence and not worry about anything at all. But now it's almost like more so. I'm more worried, like, yeah, I need to do a good job and I need to do the best job that I can. And I don't know if that's just me, but there's something I've been learning to adapt from and change in myself to be more confident in what I'm doing and how I do it, and to become better at it, because ultimately I want to have a fulfilling life. And if you're wondering why the camera suddenly changed quality, I saw this cinematic filming fucking setting, so I'm interested to see how that turns out. So there might have been a drastic change in the quality. It looks like the background might have been blurred out a little bit, and the lighting might be better focused on my face, but regardless. Something else I want to talk about was the illusion of feeling ready for something. Now you often may feel like, oh, I'm ready for this moment, I'm ready for this. And ultimately, you don't need to wait for when you're ready to do things. This quote I want to read out. You must launch yourself into the unknown, because that is how you learn and thrive. And it is what leads to the most rewarding of journeys. So be bold and take some risks today. While not all risk takers will be winners, all winners are risk takers. You have to begin before you feel ready. To just start and to adapt along the way. Because the clarity and confidence you seek will come from the action you take. And that quote really hit me a lot, because after I moved on from that job I was talking about that I only started 3 weeks ago, I was just back for a couple of weeks. I moved on to this new job where I'm trying to get my qualification in. I've got just a year left, and I'm doing sort of different work that I haven't really done before. It's very different, but it's something I want to learn and I want to grow into as a person. And I was incredibly nervous to do a bad job, to not be as efficient and as effective as I can be, and I want to be a useful team member to my company. And reading this quote the morning of me going really helped me think about it in a different aspect, you know, that I just got to jump in there and just jump headfirst into this thing and ultimately just see what happens, because all winners are risk takers, and if I just sit around not taking risks, I'm never going to get to where I want to in life. I'll just be stuck in the same position.